Welcome to Inside the NBA.
Hey, man, that was exciting. They were fast breaking, running, gunning, buzzer beaters, and everything tonight.
What were you watching?
You know what? Intuition is something, man.
Intuition?
Because you think about things.
You were in an institution.
No, it's something like that.
Okay.
But you think about what to expect. And I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to really go with the obvious that Detroit and Denver wouldn't be a good game. And the intuition was 100% right. But you think about Buzz Delic.
You been,
Buzz Delic.
You been here now? You looking into the future?
I saw the future before this game. And I was imagining, because I've been on a losing team.
Doesn't look good.
I've been on a losing team. I've been on a young losing team. And the only thing that would get me excited to play, one would be TNT. That it would help me get excited to play, would be on TNT or be on national television. Or if we fast breaked, if you really push the ball up the court. And Denver, who has a young athletic team, Buzz Delic, you have to push the ball up the court because that's the only way the guys are going to just be excited to play and play with an effort to not lose by 30 points.
Because it takes no brains to play when you play fast break. You can just run and gun. They obviously going to struggle. But let me just tell you this one thing. We're making fun of Denver.
No, we're not. We're just... Okay, we are. Go ahead.
They're doing it the right way. I give Kiki...
Doing what the right way?
Building their team. They're building their team. He obviously, at the end of the year, he's going to get rid of Juwan Howard, who makes $20 million a year. But these young players he's drafting, he thinks they have a very bright future. See, some of these teams, like the Knicks, they get mad when I talk bad about them. But some of these teams, they don't know how to build their teams. Because you either got to be, Orlando did it the best. San Antonio did it when they threw games to get David Robinson and Tim Duncan. But you got to start all the way over at the bottom and build through the draft and then try to go out and get a big-time free agent. My hat off to Kiki Vandeweghe. He's doing a good job, but it's going to be ugly.
They're going to take some hits
along the way. It's going to be like your prom date, Ernie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be ugly.
By the way, 89-63 was the final.
63.
Yeah, 89-63.
Dan Issel rolling over in his grave right now.
You know what, though? I agree to an extent. Yeah, no, he's not dead yet.
That's news to Dan.
I disagree in certain senses because you still have to establish a style that will attract free agents. And Orlando, even though they were as good as the rest of the league, had a style that was attractive to get a Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill. If you watch that game tonight and you're going to be a free agent, you are not going to Denver. There's nothing attractive about going to Denver right now, so they have to create a style that's going to be attractive to a free agent.
Yeah. When they start putting all them zeros down on some paper, you know what? I told you, you can drink them pretty. You can't drink them thin. But you can drink them pretty. When they start putting a lot of zeros on people's checks,
they'll drink them pretty.
They'll drink them pretty.
Hey, real quick, a little bit of business that I noticed back here on the scoreboard.
That's my first prediction.
There's an envelope taped to the pod up here.
That's my first prediction.
We're just going to leave it there?
We're going to leave it there until it happens. Because it's going to happen.
You think this is going to happen before the first of the year? Is this going to?
It's definitely going to happen before the first of the year.
Is it going to happen by the end of this month?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so it's not a big weight loss thing.
Good.
Anyway.
Hey, man.
What?
I lost a pound since June.
Well, if you look behind you, it's right there.
We found it. By the way, if you missed earlier tonight, it seems like an eternity ago, at 7 o'clock Eastern time, it was the second edition. Yeah, the second edition of Listen Up. And we had a good time tonight, did we not? And if you missed it, here's a look back at some of memorable moments from Listen Up. O'Shea Jackson.
Yeah.
Ice Cube. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me, man. I watch the show all the time, man. And, I want to see that Emmy you got last year,
J-Lo and Ben Affleck today announced it, that they were engaged and going to get married on February 14th.
Ben Affleck got the best booty in the world. You know what? I do have to apologize to Bobby Brown again because it's my fault. Because you should always make sure your friends get home if you're out socializing with them. So I'll take the blame for Bobby.
And next week, as we had Ice Cube tonight, next week it's Vernon Forrest.
That's going to be a great show.
Yeah, very good.
Give Bobby a show for next time.
Yeah, leading Bobby Brown down the wrong path here.
You know what's funny? Bobby was really getting mad at me last night because he says, "Charles, when you gonna have me on the show?" I says, "Bobby, you ain't did nothing."
Well,
I think I said, this is what he wanted to get on the show.
Probably not what we were looking for.
It would have been a good bet if somebody sitting there and said, "You know what? You got Bobby Brown and Charles sitting together. Somebody's gonna get arrested tonight.
See how I get treated?
That would have been a good bet. That had a good bet.
You're watching Inside the NBA presented by Hyundai.
You might be watching, but